Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a self esteem fanatic, starting with my own. I'm also a revenue acceleration coach. Our whole vibe is helping you make way more money with your business. Your business is worth way more money than you think. And we do it every single weekday using either mindset, skill set, or heart set. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm your humble, gracious, so blessed to be here, host. And I've never had a job my entire life. When I was sleeping in the car and all of that, and I was in this space called homelessness, I made a vow. I made a promise to the Most High that if He got me out of this, there's a lot of people that have really religious experiences when they're going through really dark times, and I was no different. I was like, yo, if you get me out of this, I will vow right here, right now, to make it so that other people's journey is easier, that other people can pick up the things that maybe nobody ever taught them, that nobody ever explained to them. And a lot of times it's the blind leading the blind out here. So every Monday we cover mindset. Every Tuesday we go over sales tips. Every Wednesday is all about marketing. Every Thursday we focus on leadership. And then every Friday is Free Coaching Friday. The way that you get your questions in for Free Coaching Friday is you join our newsletter. Every Monday at 3:30 p.m., the world's best newsletter for entrepreneurs drops for you. And each week, it's split up into mindset, heart set, and skill set. You're able to see a little piece of mindset that'll change your philosophy and the way that you're thinking about entrepreneurship, the way that you're thinking about yourself. Okay. The heart set section is a phenomenal quote from somebody from either contemporary times or history that affected the world somehow. And then every time we give you the quote, we also give you the source of the quote. So you can go down there, click on it, and learn more about the book the quote came from, or learn more about the figure, the historical figure that said the quote, et cetera, so forth. Super cool. And then we got the skill set section, which is Haziq's technique of the week, which is basically a tool that I give you each and every Monday that I challenge you to use over the next 7 days and see if it doesn't affect your business. So again, the newsletter is called Entrepreneurishment. We're there to nourish the entrepreneur in you. And I hope you find it to be helpful. We're about to get this party started, but first I want to shout a few people out. What's up with you, Daryl? Glad you made it in this morning, King. Appreciate it. Yuli made it in. What's up, Yuli? Hey, Tish. Glad you're here, girl. Yeah, that's what's up. Somebody checking in from Facebook. I can't see who it is, but they invited Shamiqua, so they all right with me. What's up, Kay? Taisha made it in this morning. Let's go. Yeah, it's another great morning to be a multi-millionaire. Yeah, good morning, Queen. All right, so what we were talking about this morning is goals. Somebody give me this in the comments. This is a real cool thing for you to write down about goals. Uh, what you aim at determines what you see. Somebody get that to me. Yeah, glad you made it in this morning, Keith. Hey, somebody give it to me. Come on, Tess. What you aim at determines what you see. Can somebody give me that? What's up, Technisha? Somebody give it to me. What you aim at, Yahura. What you aim at, Chanel. It determines what you see. Goals show you what's possible, right? And if you follow me on Instagram, which let me put that up here real quick. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I got this story right now in my Instagram stories. If you go and click on it, where it's this cat Brian Tracy talking about how he met Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 70s, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he told him, he said, "Hey man, so what are you gonna do now?" He had just not been in a movie that failed, et cetera, so forth. No, he had just been in another bodybuilding contest and he had won. Nobody knew who Arnold was. He asked him, "So what are you gonna do now?" Arnold says three things. He said, one, I'm going to become not I hope, not I'm trying, I'm gonna, he was like, I'm going to become a millionaire. I'm going to be a multimillionaire. That was the first thing. Second thing he said was, I'm going to become a movie star. I'm going to be a number one blockbuster movie star in Hollywood. Now, this was crazy because his accent, his English was even more broken in the 70s than it is today. And if you've heard him speak, even in this decade, you know, he's still a little hard to understand. Well, this was the 70s. This was 50 years plus ago. And can you imagine how much more ludicrous the idea of an Austrian born movie star who had no acting lessons, can't speak English, et cetera, so forth. But Arnold wasn't done. He said, number 3, I'm going to marry into the Kennedy family. Brian Tracy says, that is when I became convinced about the power of the mind, the power of goal setting. Millionaires, it's not just the goals we achieve, it's who we have to become to get there, right? Now, me being a profit coach, you find yourself turning into a life coach. So at this point, I've guided thousands and thousands and thousands of people to go for their dreams. So I probably have seen a little bit more in terms of patterns than you have. And what I'm about to share with you, before I talk to you about the unexpected results that you can gain, the unexpected benefits, I want to talk to you a little bit about goal setting. Is that okay? Somebody give it to me in the comments if you didn't already. What you aim at determines what you see. Hold on just a second, y'all. What you aim at determines what you see. All right, so this is what we call the 90-day map, the massive action planner, the 90-day map, the massive action planner. And the reason that we pick 90 days is because if you want to know the ultimate way to set goals, the best way that I've ever heard of to set goals, what you want to do is break down everything that you want to accomplish in the next year, right? And when I say everything, I suggest you make a list of 300 things. Start now. So by the end of the year, you have the list done and you aren't like all the clowns who start scrambling December 31st to come up with their New Year's resolutions that they'll forget by January 3rd, right? I suggest you make it more of a lifestyle, acknowledging what you want out this game called life, right? But here's the trick. Over the course of the year, you got to ask yourself, okay, these are the 5 goals that I'm going to accomplish. I'm going to learn this new language. I'm going to learn to juggle. I'm going to be the top duplicating team in my whole network marketing company, right? I'm going to purchase this new car. I'm going to impact the lives of 1,000 people in this specific way. Those are my 5 goals, right? The next step, now that I know my 5 goals for the year, is to break down, what do I need to do in the next 90 days? What do I need to do in the next 90 days that'll make that easier, irrelevant, or already done? Everybody with me? So if I've got my goal for the year, now I need to ask, what do I need to do in the next 90 days that'll make that goal easier, irrelevant, or already done? Then I take the 90-day goal and I break it down into 30 days. So then I ask myself, what do I need to do in the next 30 days that'll make that thing easier, irrelevant, or already done? Am I making sense? So that's why after that, it's broken down into the 30-day calendar. And you have all this stuff written in there like, yo, pay yourself first. What is your savings accomplishment last month? What's your saving goal for this month? It kind of talks about the calls and stuff and what's going on. It gives the website. You always have like a monthly tip up there, right? With investment, somebody must always add value before someone can take profit. Are you treating your business like an investment, or are you treating your business like a lotto ticket? You see, it's just all this power in there. So then after you have your 30-day goal, you look at it and then you say, hey, well, what do I need to do in the next week that'll make that 30-day goal easier, irrelevant, or already done? So then we break it down into the weeks, right? So now you're able to look at your week and say, hey, what are the 5 things that I need to do today What are the 5 things I need to do today that'll make the goal for the week easier, irrelevant, or already done? So you see what we did? We broke down everything we need for the year into 90 days. We said, what do we need to do in the next 90 days that'll make the year goal easier, irrelevant, and already done? All right. So what do I need to do in the next month that'll make the 90-day goals easier, irrelevant, or already done? Okay, I got that. Now, what do I need to do in the next week to make my goals for the next month easier, irrelevant, or already done? What do I need to do today to make my goals for the week easier, irrelevant, or already done? That's called goal setting. If that made some sense to you, let me see some fire emojis if you're with me. If I'm not going too fast, and if this is making sense, and if this is something that maybe you even want to implement in your own life, let me see some fire emojis, please. Let's get it. I think I put how to grab them. Somebody just asked, how do I get the 90-day planners? I think I put the link inside the caption as well. But if you want a 90-day planner, just go click on millionaiремinded.com/product/90-day, and it'll be there for you. Okay, I'm seeing the fire emojis coming in. I'm really glad to hear that. This is making sense to somebody. Good. All right. So if you're on YouTube or if you're on the Facebook page, there's the link to go and grab the planner. All right. So then you've set these goals. What are some benefits of setting goals? Here are 5 unexpected results that any entrepreneur can gain by going for their goals. You ready? All right. I see the fire emojis rolling in, so I feel like we're ready. Let's go, Sharice. Glad you made it in this morning. Let's go, Darnisha. Let's go, Tasia. All right. So here's the first one. Clarity gives you power. That's the first benefit. Clarity gives you power. Let's go, Dr. Marilyn. Clarity gives you power. Yeah, Whitney. Let's go, Darnisha. Let's go. Clarity gives you power, Naire. Clarity gives you power. Somebody give it to me. Clarity gives you power. I'm going to tell you something. You might be caught up in this confusion right now, but do you know that once you got a little clarity, you'll discover courage, right? I can't tell you how many companies. My mentor was talking about this IT company where the CEO, of course, was focused on growth, but it led to even bigger problems the bigger the company got, right? He was confused. Did he just want to close up? Did he want to sell the place? Did he want to get investors, which would inevitably gain some control over his baby, over his company? But then what he did next maybe can change the trajectory of your life as well. What he did next, y'all, was he clarified his goals. And when he clarified his goals, it suddenly hit him. His confusion was coming from his fear. He was listening to people who, for instance, had failed to get investors. So they had the wrong kind of perspective on it, right? So then he decided to get some courage from that clarity. He asked more experienced mentors, and then later on they got the funding. My point is, maybe you're a business that feels like something's holding you back. What if you decided to ask yourself better questions so you started to receive better answers? It's just a thought, but it's a good one. And I want you to understand that's a benefit of setting goals. Clarity gives you power. Somebody give it to me. Clarity gives you power. That's right, Jeff. That's right, Petra. Clarity gives you power. Here's the second one. All business is art. Somebody give it to me. All business is art. Andy Warhol said that. He was like, all art is business and all business is art. He was like, out of all the art, business is the best art. You know what I'm saying? Somebody give it to me. Business is an art. You'll be surprised what setting goals can do to help you step out of that rigid, structured, scientific approach and get into your inner creator, right? One of the examples that we were just now talking about is there's a HR director we're really, really familiar with. She's at a real big telecom company. And her being a personality type that she is, she always needs things planned out in immense detail. She was good at it. Her career was cool, but she knew there was more to life, right? So what did she do? In her set of goals? Well, at night she had a hobby. She did these handcrafted sculptures, right? So in other words, here's this perfectionist, here's this career woman that has this area of her life where she gets to be a beginner again, right? She's this whole creative artist. So, when she started rocking with us, is her goal was to quit her job within 60 days, right? And she felt great about it. But after she examined her goals a little bit more, she realized that quitting her job wasn't the real goal. What she really wanted was to express her creativity. What she really wanted was more time freedom. So what did she do? She started to focus her energy based on her goals, based on her clarity about what she really wanted. She started focusing her energy to expand her craft. Or you know it, she had her first public workshop where now she's sharing her passion for arts and crafts. She even made it on the national TV out there in Louisiana. Now she gets orders for all these handmade paper flowers and all these other creations. And yeah, she eventually got to quit her job, but it was just one step towards a bigger goal. Millionaires, ain't no telling what you can do when you get inspired by a goal. There's no telling what you can do when you begin to believe in a goal. And there's no telling what will happen when you start to act on it. Here's the third one I got for you. You ready? Somebody say self-worth equals net worth. Self-worth equals net worth. Now, I know I always say network times self-worth equals net worth, right? But for the purpose of you setting goals and you getting excited about running through this 90-day strategy we just now gave you, I don't want it to just go in one ear and out the other. And that is not saying that you can't do it unless you buy one of our 90-day planners. I would never say something so foolish. I don't care if you use a napkin. Use the system that I just now explained in this training with your book of napkins or paper towels that you're writing on, scrap pieces of paper. I don't care what you write on, but write it, millionaire, because self-worth can change your whole net worth. Millionaires, this guy was always a go-getter. Somebody else I remember from one of our students from Kaizen Academy. And what's crazy is, even though we're in fintech, we're in direct sales. This guy was literally in technology. So he ended up creating what they call a tech startup. They pressured him to produce all these results, right? He was getting worn out because now it's all about these rounds of funding. And his pursuit for achievement of that started to create a strain on his work relationships. He hated being questioned. And then when investors would ask him a question he couldn't answer, he would just lie so it looked like he knew better. We knew that he had a penchant for doing this. We tried to warn him against that particular tactic, but sometimes when things are built into you, they're just built into you, right? Here's where coaching came in. He started to clarify his goals. He started to clarify his motivations. He dug deep. He discovered this really foundational, fundamental belief from childhood that he was not enough. A lot of us have that belief. That's why that's one of my favorite affirmations every morning. I am enough. With him, it came from this childhood experience that he had where his babysitter slapped him with a shoe, if you can believe it. And then when he realized how much that experience affected him, he let go, he let God, AKA a little forgiveness, right? From that moment, he was a lot calmer. He was a lot easier to deal with. He no longer needed to prove himself right all the time. He no longer needed to justify his existence. He rediscovered his self-worth through the power of setting goals. Am I making sense to somebody out there? Somebody say self-worth equals power. Self-worth equals power. Not only does clarity equal power, not only does self-worth equal net worth, but self-worth equals power. Here's the fourth one I got for you, since we're talking about that. You can go from being lost to finding your power. Had another student completely lost in the sauce, going through a divorce, struggling to provide for her 3 kids. She's on the verge of closing her business down, right? The business that she was in wasn't even along the areas of her expertise, right? It wasn't even in her circle of genius, right? But when she started to look at her goals and decided that her goal was fulfillment, she didn't even know what goals to aim for. But again, through coaching, through finding a mentor, she identified the one thing that she was totally passionate about. For her, it was coffee. All her friends, all her family knew how passionate she was, what a maven that she was for coffee. So, what did she do? She registered a business, she built her brand, started from zero, y'all. Created the logos, created her product right in her home, using her toddler sons for her helpers, right? What did she do? Started marketing through social media, shipped out her product. She did all this in 30 days. I don't mean she joined an MLM neither. I mean she created a whole coffee company in about 30 to 45 days. Now she's selling her product worldwide. You got me? Now, keep in mind, this is only 3 months since she declared her goal, right? She was once lost, but now she had found herself. She had found her passion. She had found her power. Millionaires. One way to keep on going is to have constantly greater goals. Um, I think it was a couple of days ago, I put this thing in my Instagram stories from 50 Cent. Again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go do it now so you don't miss the affirmations that we're about to do, right? But it was this passage from 50 Cent where he was talking about like how first he had his eyes set on getting a record deal, and getting out the streets. Second, he had his eyes set on having a hit record. Third, and then it went all the way up to him now having these hit television shows where now he has a whole universe of television shows all based on the characters from the first television show. It's just mind-boggling the universe building that he's doing on the dime of a production company, right? Where they're paying him to do this. It's just phenomenal. But one secret is constantly having goals that evolve. That's how you keep momentum going. Here's the fifth one I got, y'all. You can release personal baggage. Had two other clients. They were pretty accomplished professionals. She'd become a partner in her law office. She'd established her own business. They'd been married about 5 years. They were both doing pretty good. Now they want to have a baby. After several attempts at getting pregnant, they start feeling like something must be lacking. Turns out, the husband had some deep-seated issues with his mom, some deep-seated issues with his dad, some deep-seated issues with his brother. His temper at the office was going kind of crazy with all these pent up emotions. Some issues had to do with sins from his past. Meanwhile, the wife is having issues with her mom. She felt as though her mother, who is a housewife in her own light, didn't have the life that she deserved, etc., so forth. Dealing with a lot of mental crap. Now she's believing motherhood would make her lose her identity. So by going for the goal, right, of having a baby, it helped them discover all these other unresolved issues that were keeping them misaligned. You see that? Now that they had a goal, it gave them the impetus, it gave them the incentive to get their minds right, right? To get on the same page, align their beliefs to that desire of having a baby. Within a few months after that, they were able to announce that they were pregnant. They've since left the toxic work environment, which had Teddy in a chokehold. So now Teddy gets to work at his dream company. Lee gets to be a stay-at-home mom. They get to spend quality time together as a husband and wife. Now they got a 2-year-old baby. What's my point? My point is go for your goals. You get so much more. Go ahead today. Write down your goals. You may not create the whole list of 300, but check it out. You have no idea what else you'll get and what else you're holding yourself back from the longer it takes you to go for your goals. If you've ever had an unexpected surprise happen as you went for your goals, I'd love to see it in the comments. Show some love to your fellow millionaires. Show some love to your fellow millionaire minded. Right now, we about to go do our affirmations. If you haven't joined the Instagram page, go do that right now. We about to meet up over there on Instagram, go do our affirmations. We done by 8:15 every single morning. So don't even trip. Come on, come do your affirmations right now. Let's go get it. I'm about to go live. Let's go. Let's go. All right, millionaires. And as always, remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind. Come meet us on Instagram at Mr. Haziq Ali. I see you there right now.